Open 2648, descend and maintain 7,000.
Alright, descend to 7,000, open 2648.
Boy 3130, reduce speed to 210.
Return speed on board 3130.
Alright, United 887, the first bridge for 2 left.
United 887, San Francisco Chairwing, come, runway 2 left, third line.
2 left, third line, United 887.
Hey everybody, how's it going? SouthernAviator here. Doing another installment. Today we're going to be taking the 777 as Alitalia from Miami International to Rome. Let's see, flight time is going to be 9 hours 6 minutes. Fuel 165,000.1 pounds. We're going to take off at 570,000.9 pounds. And the alternate will be Ciampino. For en-route alternates, we're going to use St. John's, the Azores, and Santiago. Alright, so enough of that. Let's go ahead inside the airplane and get it going. Alright, so right off the bat, we currently, let me get this real quick. We currently have the APU off with the external ground power going with the, let me turn the logo lights on here. And why is the beacon light on? That's weird. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get the FMC going. Alright. So let's get our fuel placed in. Let me get my flight plan pulled up so I can see what it is. Alright, so fuel as advertised will be 165.1. So 165.1. Alright, let's get the zero fuel weight in. So zero fuel weight is 406.9. Alright, good to go there. And get the inertial reference systems pulled up here. Alright. Let me wait on it to ask for a position report. Let me see if I can get something placed in. Let's see. Miami. Oops. Go back. And we are at Hotel 8. Let's see if it knows where that is. It does not. I seem to never get these right. I don't know why. Not in database. Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, take the GPS position. Alright, so we're leaving Miami. And let's get a route. Should only be one, and there is. Let's request that. Play the waiting game here for a minute. I guess I should also go ahead and let the first officer start her pre-flight flow. Alright, so let's load the route. Alright, I suspect it's going to be off of 8 right. I planned it off of 9, but after looking at the ATIS on VATSIM, looks like it probably will be 8 right. Flight number 631. Departure is going to be the Valley 2. Let's go ahead and activate. I'll go ahead and get the perfect in. It always interrupts me. So let's accept that. Cost next to be 170. If I got time to get that in, I do. Alright, route data. Let's get the wind uplink taken care of, so our burns are fairly accurate. And the descent forecast. Let's load that. Let's see, do I have... No, I don't. Let's see. Let me go ahead and load the chart I have for the arrival, and let's see what the transition altitude is. Transition level by ATC, but it has 6,000 in there, so we'll go ahead and put 6,000 in. Oops.
Monitor radar display.
6,000.
Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
Reserves,
Wind shear ahead.
3. Alright, so we got all that in. I need my departure, or excuse me, arrival, which will be the hang on here a second, let's see. Is that Tarquinia? I don't know, I'm probably destroying that pronunciation. 34 left. Actually, it's 1D. So 34 left.
I'm ready for the checklist.
1D. And let's see. And that's off the Zybel transition. Alright, so in like so. So inertial reference, let's see, excuse me, so the route page looks fine. That's in alternates, so we'll go ahead and place our ETOPS airports in. So it'll be St. John's, oops, CYYT, the Azores Military Air Base, OPLA, Santiago, and our destination alternate. Alright, VNAV, that looks fine. Fixes. Let's see, what was the ETOPS entry airports? So it was the same, St. John's, so CYT, 460, and Santiago, $460. Select page, that's fine, no hold, nothing there. Landing with 33.7 looks fine to me. Alright, so let's go and check out the MCP panel. Alright, let's get the VORs going. Probably gonna do a single engine taxi. Speed, I don't know what that's gonna be, but I'll just set it for 180 for now. Initial head is gonna be 092. Looks like I went the long way. And I'll take a guess. Let's just put 5,000 in there for now. Alright, so she's got hers on her side. Let's get the range rings going. I like those. And we are in inches or US units. So the altimeter set. Got that in. Let's go LNAV VNAV on. And let's get a pre-flight checklist. I gotta set the parking rate. Or was it already set? It was already set. Alright. Pre-flight checklist.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen.
Tested 100%.
Tested 100%. Flight instruments.
Heading heading 276. Altimeter 3015 set.
Heading 276. Altimeter 3015. Pre-flight checklist complete.
Alright, so we have the ground radar on to be reduced thrust takeoff, flaps 5 probably. And just want to turn the weather radar on. Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Any questions?
No questions.
Departure briefing complete. Alright, so all that looks good. Be back in a second. I'm going to connect to VATSIM. Miami clearance delivery, Alitalia 631 heavy, looking for IFR clearance to Rome with information whiskey.
631 Miami clearance delivery. Stand by, please. A 631 Miami clearance delivery cleared to Rome International Airport via the Valley 2 departure. And as filed to climb via SID. Expect flight level 3310 minutes after departure. Departure frequency on 119.45. Squawk 1371.
Was that squawk 1371 for Alitalia 631?
Alitalia 631, A from 1371, 1371.
Alitalia 631 Heavy cleared to Rome, Fiumicino Valley 2 departure, then it's filed. Climb via SID, expect flight level 330, then 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.45, squawk 1371, Alitalia 631 Heavy.
Alitalia 631 Heavy, read that correct. Pushing our pilot discretion. Expect runway 8 right, contact Miami ground south on 127.5 for taxi instructions.
Copy that, push that discretion, expect 8 right, contact ground 127.5, Alitalia 631 Heavy, thanks. Set 1371 on the transponder, please. Oh, I got her muted. I always do that. Set 1371 on the transponder, please.
Set.
Alright, so that's done.
Are you sure?
Miami clearance delivery, Delta 620, good evening. Requesting IFR clearance to...
Alright, so that's that. So let's get...
Mission Whiskey.
so we got
Have a safe flight.
climb via SID. So I didn't get initial altitude clearance on that, but it says climb via SID. So I'll leave 5,000 in there for now. See what departure gives us after we take off.
Miami clearance delivery.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get the
Standing by, 620.
get the takeoff numbers here. So let's see, let me go to my takeoff. So you said expect 8 right. This is 8 right here that we're looking at.
Yeah, 620. Clear to Atlanta International Airport via the Heavy 2 departure. Climb via SID. Expect
Alright,
flight
so
level
I need to meet that guy. 'Cause I
10
can't
minutes
concentrate while
after
he's
departure.
talking.
Departure on 119.
Alright, so it is going to be a flaps 5 takeoff. TO1. Reduce thrust so we can take it all the way to 46. Alright, so 54, 57, and 61. So I'll just change the one speed here and take the rest. Alright, and trim looks like trim is going to be 3.5. So that's all set in place. And so the D rate, or excuse me, the thrust rating is going to be 88.4. That's what we'll be looking for on takeoff, at least according to these numbers. ICAS has, well, that's not even close to being the same thing. ICAS has 92.3. Oh well. The higher thrust rating can't hurt. Alright, so with 161 in, we'll bug that for the V2. And we're all set up and ready to go. And I'm going to get a brief look at here, the airport diagram. Try to get a little scouting report on what I think I might get. So we're over here at the hotel gates. So if I'm going to 8 right, which is up here, it'll probably be taxi out, and it'll be what is this? Is that Papa? Yeah, so it'll probably be Papa or Zulu down to 8 right. Just a guess. We'll see what we actually get. Alright, so let's see, we got 5 minutes to go. So I'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit. Alright, so the gate's pulling away. Let's get the APU started.
Alright guys, everyone's seated. We're all buttoned up and ready to go in the back.
Thanks.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Once you got the APU, it's almost finished firing up. Shouldn't be too much longer. Alright, so there it is. APU's up and running now, so we'll do that. We'll go ahead and disconnect the ground power unit and the air. Put that back on nav. Before start procedure.
Are we clear to pressurize?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so trim would be 3.5. If I can see it down here.
Are you sure?
Alright, so that is in. Alright, let's see the doors here.
I am ready for the checklist.
I'll need to close these doors. Second flight in a row, I've forgotten to close those doors. Cabin crew arm slides, please.
Departure's on 109.45, clock 1427, American 251.
Alright, so let's tune Miami ground, south 127.5.
American 251, read back.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door. Closed and locked. MCP.
Set and checked.
Takeoff speed.
Set and checked.
CDU
Locking gear.
preflight.
Completed.
Completed. Trim.
3.5 units, 0 and 0.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
Completed.
Before start checklist complete.
Let's have a look, see outside and see what's going on.
Departure check completed. Live has been inserted. Release parking brake.
Brakes release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Number 738, top of my contact Miami ground on 1.8.
Start left engine.
Starting left. Oil pressure.
Alright, there's the fuel.
8, top of my Miami ground.
Alitalia. First time I've flown is Alitalia. Not a bad repaint, looks like. To be honest, I'm not sure if that tug would actually be strong enough to push this plane out. But whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and do a single engine taxi here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the pushback. This is just as good as anything.
Set parking brakes.
Brake set. Flaps 5.
flaps 5.
Alright, so let's get a controls check.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright. Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Anti-ice. Auto. Recall. Checked. Flight controls.
Checked.
Ground equipment.
Clear.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Miami ground, Alitalia 631 heavy, off of Hotel 8, ready for taxi.
Miami ground, good evening, runway 8 right, taxi via Papa. And advise you have information whiskey on board.
Outside 631, taxi 8 right, via Papa, we do have whiskey.
Thank you, sir.
Alright, so we'll take Papa on over to 8 right, simple enough. Nose light on.
Nose light coming off.
Nose light on.
Nose light coming on.
Clear left.
Clear right.
Start right engine. Oops. Start right engine.
Starting right. Oil pressure.
Delta 620, I'm with delivery and I don't have you check the location, please.
Stand by, please. Okay, Miami ground, Delta 620, gate D55. I spoke to ground earlier and they gave me clearance to let a heart.
Alitalia 631, contact Miami Tower 118.3, hold on.
118.2 Miami Tower, Alitalia 631, see ya. So we got a good start
Okay,
there.
Delta 620, you contacted delivery, is that correct?
My apologies, I contacted delivery. That's correct. I got clearance via the to departure.
Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Before
I
takeoff
don't
checklist.
think it's Affirmative, exit left to join Tango, hold short runway 12. Join Tango, hold short 21.
Miami Tower, Alitalia 631, heavy, 8 right, ready to go.
Alitalia 631, heavy Miami Tower on the right line. Wait, I got you.
Line up and wait, Alitalia 631, heavy.
Beach 522, Miami Tower.
Runway
What
entry
are you
procedure.
doing?
Check.
Can I just receive the 50 sorry actually left the runway.
Each 522, okay, standing conditions.
Parking at gate.
Okay, well that's a start. Can you get onto a taxiway and not a runway?
If I turn in the grass, there's a taxi directly behind me.
Each 522 approved. Make a right turn. That'll be your tank single, and like you should hold short the runway you just landed. Do not enter that runway.
There's the Huncho.
That's 121. Taxi Tango, short Victor, please.
Fox, CDS, from 1
Alright, 631 heavy, wind 0908, runway 8 right, clear of takeoff, on to go, so maintain 5,000.
Maintain 5,000, valid to departure, runway 8 right, cleared to takeoff. Excuse me, Alitalia 631 heavy.
Definitely not United. B2, can you make a right turn on this taxiway?
Alright, takeoff. Takeoff.
Check on taken.
Toga.
Each 522, hold short running 12, don't move.
Thrust set. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
You're up.
And LA 631, contact departure, 1945.
Over to departure, Alitalia 631. So long. Miami departure, Alitalia 631 heavies, 1.7 for 5.
Almost 78 kilo Lima, Miami departure without contact, 1414.
Say again for Alitalia 631.
30 kilo Lima.
Oh. Flaps 1.
Speed check,
Flaps
flaps 1.
Miami departure without contact, climate maintain 1,000.
Climb maintain 16,000, Alitalia 631 heavy. Alright, so flaps up. Flaps up.
Speed check, flaps up.
Got a little distracted there. After takeoff checklist.
92.
After takeoff checklist.
Okay,
After
I
takeoff
did it.
checklist complete.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're cruising along here at 39,000 feet. I've been in the air now for 8 hours and 14 minutes, and I guess we're back just in time to do a pre-flight. So let's see, winds are out of the north, well, at least last time I checked. Let's look again. So let's look in the active sky. Alright, so 120 at 15, pressure is good, no SIG weather, good visibility, so that's good. Yeah, winds are out of north, so we'll be landing on runway 34 left. We'll be descending via the star. Let's see. So all these points are put in. We'll be coming in over the Zybel. So there's no altitude restrictions on the entire star. It's just going to be speed restrictions all the way through, and those are put into the FMC correctly. So that's all good and set up. So let's get a approach briefing. Are you ready for the approach briefing?
Go ahead.
Alright, we'll be descending via the star. Be ILS Cat 1 approach to runway 34 left, and I will resume visual approach as soon as practical. Decision height will be 200 feet. Landing config will be 30. Drive runway be level 2. Don't worry about turning that PU on, and turn on ground radar.
Autopilot.
Okay. Turn on ground radar when we get there. We will be arriving at a gate. Let's see. Alright, so we'll be coming in on 34 left here, so we'll get off of one of these, depending on how far down the runway we roll. But eventually we'll come back to Alpha and then Bravo, and then we'll be taxiing over to the terminal area here. Excuse me. So it'll be Alpha, Bravo, and then on to Hotel and to the terminal. ATC, we don't have ATC. There is no ATC for Rome right now, so we'll be doing it alone on the Unicom frequency. So let me turn that off. And I have no special concerns. Any questions?
No questions.
Approach briefing complete. Alright, we'll see you guys just sometime around 10,000 feet, I guess. Descent checklist.
Stand by. Descent checklist. Recall. Checked. Notes.
Checked.
Auto brake level 2. Landing data.
Set and check.
VREF 137. Minimum 206 feet. Approach briefing.
Completed.
Descent checklist complete. Feet.
All right, we're back. Just heard the first officer make the 10,000 feet call. Let's go ahead and turn on the wing inspection lights here. So, I am currently on the world's longest arrival, and I don't mean by distance, I mean by time. The speed restrictions on this arrival are incredible. I've been flying at 230 knots from about 24,000 feet. It's kind of crazy. But in any case, nonetheless, I'm having to follow the star as it's charted, so I'm just trying to be a good boy and do what I'm told. So anyway, we're crossing below 10 now. No need to slow to 250 knots because we're already below that. it's actually pretty beautiful out here. Rome's off to our right back that way. We'll be turning left to go inbound to Rome, and the sky's reflecting off of the ocean pretty well. We got some I don't know, looks like choppy seas out there, but it is windy. It's 14 knots currently. We're still going to be going in shooting ILS 3-4 left. I'm going to switch the level change here for a second for 230. We'll still be shooting the ILS to runway 34 left. Missed approach altitude. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull the chart up. Oh, looks like I need to load the chart. What happened to it? Did it empty out or something? Alright, let's see here. Alright, so there's that chart. Guess I need to load them all up. And parking stands. Alright, so now back to it. So missed approach altitude is going to be 2,000 feet. But hopefully we'll end up having to go missed approach. That's the idea. I'm going to go ahead and turn to Newton. This is going to be a pretty tight turn here, actually. Minimums are 206 feet. I don't know what 6 feet is all about. I guess every foot counts, though. So now we're making our left turn. We're headed back base. The plan is to get off the runway like we said before, and we'll be taxiing over. I'm going to try to go to one of these gates. I think it's gate 404 or 406 or something like that, but it'll be in this terminal area right here. So we'll taxi over to that way. Alright, so that's about it for that. So we'll continue our turn in. Beautiful day in Rome. My wife and I, we flew here once. It just like today, the weather was pretty similar. Kind of reminds me of when we went there. Had a lot of fun, saw a lot of things, went to the Coliseum, Sistine Chapel, the fountain, ate some authentic Italian pizza. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But we flew in on Delta. We didn't fly in on Alitalia. I think Delta parked off at a stand, if I remember right. We didn't even get at a gate when we came in. The same for the departure as well. We left out of a stand. Stands are a bit, or should I say departure gates that don't have jetways or bridges. They're a little less common in the United States, it would appear, at least versus other parts of the world. Alright, so we're not picking up the DME yet for ILS runway 34 left, but I won't panic yet. Looks like we're a tad bit high, so I'll pull out the speed brakes just a little bit to help us get down. Hopefully we'll pick up that DME soon. Now it looks like I'm getting life on the glide slope. Alright, there's transition altitude, so approach checklist.
Approach checklist. Altimeters.
1008 set.
1008. Approach checklist complete.
Alright, so just judging by the range rings, we are almost 15 nautical miles. Still not picking up the Maybe it doesn't have DME. I don't know if that's modeled or not, but oh well.
Check. 1,000 feet to level off.
I'll go ahead and slow it to 210. Flaps 5.
Speed check, flaps 5.
Looks like we move up my seat a little bit. I'm too busy trying to look around. Really not interested in the approach, am I? Alright, so 3 nautical miles in there, so we'll slow it to 190. Flaps 5.
Speed check, flaps 5.
I'm having to use the pop-ups. The cockpit's so dark I can't even see. Move this back to the center. EZDOCK's doing its drifting thing. Let's arm the localizer. Flaps 15.
Speed check, flaps 15.
Can I see the runway yet? Yeah, looks like that's it about right there. Let's arm the approach. Still no DME, but we're 10 nautical miles out. I'm going to reduce the final approach speed, which will be VREF plus 5, so that's going to be 142.
Check.
Gear down.
2500.
Radio altimeter aligned.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take this over. Visual.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Flaps 30.
Speed check, flaps 30.
Alright, we got this. Visual.
Checked. Check.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist. Landing checklist complete.
Alright, so let's get ourselves lined up the right way here. Set altitude to 2,000.
Altitude 2,000. Set.
We got quite the crab going on here. Yeah, 17 knots from the right. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, so one thing I try to do is look at my ground speed. I think I mentioned this before in some of my previous videos, but my ground speed right now is 136. So you divide that in half, that gives you, you know, six and a half. So I add a 0, so that's 650. So that's the vertical speed you can target that'll help you stay on the glide slope. Also, for the staying down the center line, try to look down at the opposite end of the runway rather than looking at the threshold. And if the runway seems like it's swinging to the left or right, you make the corrections. And usually if you do these things, you'll reasonably stay on the glide slope. And maintaining a steady pitch, that also helps as well.
300.
I like to control the landing.
Checked.
I like to control the thrust myself, but with the 777, standard is to let the auto throttle do it. So just abiding by the SOP there.
100.
Light slope. Light slope.
20.
Let's kiss it on down. There we go.
Speed brakes up. Reversers normal.
Manual braking.
Check. 60 knots.
Okay to clean up.
Check.
It was decent, I guess. Alright, so we have made it, folks. We are in Rome, Italy. Safe and sound. So from the looks of it, I'm going to go ahead and take a right here and then
Heading
go over.
7 2 set.
Oh, FS2 crew's confused. Nothing new there, I guess. Looks like I'm sitting up high all of a sudden. Well, that's too low. Welcome to Roma. Yeah, so when we came in here on Delta, we parked over that way somewhere. And then I believe we took one of these buses, like the one that's riding by, and it took us to the terminal. Many moons ago. Alright, so let's see if we can get GSX going here. So gate. So apparently every gate is too small. Okay, so let's try gate 410. And Alitalia doesn't do it. Aeroporto de Roma. Alright, so let me look at this here. See, 410 is right at the end off of hotel. So it shouldn't be too hard to find. So we're coming in off of Bravo, then hotel. I'm gonna run over the little van over there. Don't hit me, please. So let's see what taxiway is. Oh, where am I going? I'm on mic. It says that is hotel going across. So we'll go this way. That's Bravo out there. You gotta forgive me, folks. Trying not to get us lost. I think I made it in the right direction now. I see a hotel splits off to the right here. I think I see GSX down there waving at me. Looks like I managed to find the gates. That might have been the hardest part of the whole flight. All right. Alright, so I gotta make the turn here. It's kind of tight. Lights and doors. Lights and doors.
Cabin crew disarm doors and cross-check.
You gonna run me into the bridge, Mr. Ramper? Stop. Alright, so the ramper wants me to keep going, but the gate thing tells me to stop, so who do I listen to? Now I've gone too far. Thanks, Mr. Ramper. You made me go too far. Alright, so let's set the brakes. Shut down the right engine. Wait on the ground power. Alright, and we'll cut the other engine. And here comes the bridge. I don't think this bridge is, yeah, it's not dynamic. It's static. That's fine.
Heading 5-5 set.
Alright guys, we made it here. Gonna do a shutdown checklist here in a moment and we'll get out of here. I always feel like a lazy bum during the shutdown flow because there's not a whole lot much for me to do.
I am ready for the checklist.
Shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist.
Shutdown checklist. Parking brake.
Set.
Shutdown checklist complete.
Alright guys, that's it. Alitalia, we're here. One way or another. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and hook up the air conditioning unit. There we go. Yeah, get some air on this thing as well. Alright gang, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you guys. So long.